What's up, good people of YouTube? It's me, Chavez, back with another NBA player prop video for you and for Thursday, December 7th, 2023. As always, I hope this finds you doing well and in good spirits. We're breaking down new plays today, but before we get into that, we're going to recap our plays from Wednesday. I don't have any injury news pulled up right now. Super early look at the board. Nothing is really final on the injury news front, but we'll cover more of that in tomorrow's live stream. Live stream video is not the same thing. That's like contradicting. Live stream in our live stream tomorrow. So recapping plays, going over new plays. If that sounds good to you, stick around. Drop a like, sub up, and click that notification icon so that you're notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and my channel. And without further delay, let's talk about our 3 plays from Wednesday. All right, starting off with Saddiq Bey. We took the over 12.5 points. He goes over. Talked about Gordon Hayward's 4.5 rebounds. He does not go over. He hooks it with 4. Went over just about every other line. So if you played any of his other props, he probably went over those. I think rebounds was like the only one he didn't hit. So unfortunately, he hooks it for us. But Jalen Duren did go over 11.5 points, and that's good because we took the over on his 11.5 points. Finishes with 17 points, also 10 plus rebounds. I think he finished with 11, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, a huge double-double from him. So if you played his rebounds, his points and rebounds, his points, it worked out for you. And that brings us to 2-1 on the day. That's much better. That is what I'm talking about. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From 3-0 to 1-2 to 2-0. That means we're going 3-0 tomorrow with our plays. So fingers crossed that's what happens. If you tell these plays they worked out for you, well, 2 out of 3 worked out for you. Hopefully they treated you well. Hopefully you were able to profit off our video plays, and we're just looking to keep this momentum going. Yeah, that's it. Let's just get into our new plays for Thursday, December 7th, 2023. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Here's what I do. I present plays to you, and then we take those plays and we head over to props.cash, and we use the resources there to break them down so that by the end of the video, you know who I like and why I like them. Props.cash is what I use to break down all my plays. It's where I start my research and kind of end my research. So I love it. If you have any interest in using props.cash for your own researching purposes, be sure to sign up using my promo code Thanks25. It goes a long way in helping out the channel, but honestly, it saves you money. So that's what we do here. I try to help you out, try to save you money off awesome shit like props.cash. Let's get into our first play of the day. I'm going to talk about Bruce Brown, 7.5 rebounds and assists. Give me the over on this one. We're going to talk about Tyrese Halliburton's 11.5 assists. Give me the over on this one. And then we're going to talk about Brook Lopez points, 12.5. I like the over on this one. Let's take these plays. Let's head over to props.cash and start breaking everything down. All right, we're going to start off with the big prop here, 11.5 assists for Tyrese Halliburton. So there are a few things that are going to stand out to you as we break this down. A few of these things may have you feeling a little queasy, like you ate some bad shrimp, but you don't have to play this play. I'm going to play this play. I like this play. I'm going to share with you why. So number one, we're getting favorable odds to the over -125. That's always going to be, you know, one of our first positives that we look for. Number two, he's gone over this in 50% of his games, and we're talking about double digit assists here, and that's not easy to do. He's actually gone double digits in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, but in terms of hitting the over on this line, he's gone over that in 5 games, 2 out of his last 5 games. So lower hit rate than we want to see, but I think a couple of things we got working in our favor. Number one, he's facing a very favorable matchup in the Bucks. We talk about the Bucks defense quite a bit this week, and this is going to be more of a playoff atmosphere. This in-season tournament is bringing out all the competitive juices and shit. So I think we see a strong competitive game. Fingers crossed, no blowout association tomorrow like we saw between the Bucks and the Knicks. Hopefully, I think the Pacers will be able to match punch for punch with the Bucks. So I look at all that, and I think that's going to work in our favor here. And then if want to look at the projections right over here, so currently projected for just 10.69, but we talk about facing we talk about when the projections don't really align with the odds. You know, these projections can be off at times. It is nice when they match the odds, but we always go with the odds. The odds are going to tell us more than the projections are, and we're getting really good numbers here, really good juice to the over. So it gives me the confidence to take that over on Tyrese Halliburton. We can take a look at what other point guards have done versus this team. Not very many point guards are going to have assist lines as high as Tyrese Halliburton, but look at this shit, like right off the bat. Green check mark, green check mark, green check mark, green check mark, green check mark. I mean, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 out of the last 8 point guards that the Milwaukee Bucks have defended, they've given up quite a few assists, and 7 out of those 8 guards have gone over their line. That's great news for Tyrese Halliburton. Now, none of them have a line as high as Tyrese except for Trae Young, which he went over. And but it doesn't matter because production is allowed by this team. And in terms of their defensive ranking on the year, slightly worse than the league average in assists allowed per game. So I personally really like this one. It's a 2-game slate. We don't have a ton of options, but this one I think is a good one. I will be taking the over on this one. I will be including this in a slip or two. And if you want to follow my lead, then go ahead and do so. But we're going over 11.5 assists for Tyrese Halliburton for our first play of the day. All right, second play I want to talk about is going to be Bruce Brown, rebounds and assists. Now I want to bring you to this screen because I want to show you the defensive matchup for Bruce Brown here. This is one of the first things that I really noticed about this play. So facing the Milwaukee Bucks defense, 19th versus his position. Versus the shooting guard. So a little worse than the league average in terms of defending the shooting guard. The second thing I like about this play is we're getting it at a lower line, 7.5 over on Prizepicks versus 8.5 on other books. When we bring this line down to 7.5, it will improve his hit rate, but it will not update the odds. So we're not going to have any updates here. So it will also not touch anything over here in terms of his rebounds and assists. All these projections are based off the current odds and the current line of 8.5. So when we bring this down to 7.5, again, it does not update the odds and it does not update the projection. So I'm assuming that with the decrease in line here, that this RA is going to be closer to 9 than it is 7.59. So we're going to get favorable projections. We're going to get favorable odds. We have a nice matchup for Bruce Brown versus the Bucks, a team he's already crushed in one game this season with 16 rebounds and assists. Again, we're talking about a 2-game slate here. I don't feel the need to go dumpster diving for, value on this 2-game slate, but this one is actually a really good line. And I'm going to take the over on it because I'm sure it's going to get bumped at some point. So we like the odds. We like the projections. We like the matchup. We like the fact that Bruce Brown has a nice, already has one nice game under his belt versus this Bucks team where he's basically doubled his line. I like it. I'm going over 7.5 rebounds and assists for Bruce Brown. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be our second play of the day. All right, for our third and final player, let's talk about Bruce. Oh my goodness, Brook Lopez. Who is Bruce Lopez? Do y'all know Bruce Lopez? Leave a comment if you do know somebody named Bruce Lopez. Brook Lopez. Look at this matchup. Okay, so we'll get into the odds and all that good stuff in a second, but look at this matchup. 30th in the league versus centers are the Indiana Pacers. Brook Lopez is sitting at 12.5 points. You saw it at 13. It's at 13 on certain books, but Prizepicks is giving it to you at 12.5. Minus 122 odds to go over on this one. Already, this is what we like about this player. Favorable matchup. Facing a Bucks team that is bottom of the league facing a Pacers team that is bottom of the league versus the Bigs, facing a Pacers team that is dead last in the league in points allowed per game, and he's had some favorable matchups versus the Pacers over the last season or so. Unfortunately, his one game this season, he didn't really do shit, but we can see his upside here, upwards of 20 points anytime he steps on the floor. It just so happens that he plays with two of the greatest players in the NBA right now, so his upside is a little limited, but we're talking 12 points, and I think he shines in his matchup versus Miles Turner versus the Bigs over there on the Indiana side. I think he can. I think he could get cooking from three, and that's another thing I looked at is his 3-pointers made, sitting at 1.5 minus 120 odds to go over. So the books have him making at least 2. That's 6 points right there. That's damn near half of his point total, and all he needs is 7 points from the field. I think he can get that done in a multitude of ways, whether it's more threes, mid-range, whether it's free throws, whether it's paint buckets, put back buckets, and all that good stuff. So to me, 12.5 points is not a high number for Brook Lopez considering his matchup versus the Indiana Pacers, and we are getting slightly favorable projections for the over here at 12.91, which is closer to 13 than it is 12. So I like what I'm seeing here for Brook Lopez. 12.5 points, again, something he can do in a few different ways. I look for him to get it done. Give me the over. 12.5 points for Brook Lopez, and that is going to be our third and final play of today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, and I hope that you did, sub up to the channel. You've been watching my videos long enough. You haven't subbed up yet, sub up to the channel. You can always unsub, but for now, hit that sub button. Truly means a lot to me, helps the channel get bigger every day. 75% of my viewers are not subbed up to this channel. Let's change that number. Let's change it. Let's chip away at that number. Drop a like, drop a comment, let me know what you like on the board, as well as your thoughts on these plays that we talked about in today's video. Also consider sharing my channel, sharing this video with somebody you know, and last but not least, I don't care what player props you roll with, mine, your own, somebody else's. I just hope that they all respect the damn coin. Best of luck to you all, and I'll see you on tomorrow's NBA player prop live stream. Until that live stream, Chavez is